You play the long-term, boring game, you'll get wealthy. Oh, nobody's gonna do it as good as me. That's an excuse.
How you are handling like in this market?
This is a buyer's market. This is like I can tell you, like the investors that I deal with, they are super excited about this market.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining back to Built in Canada show next episode, and I promise today is going to be super interesting. But before, please subscribe and share this video with people that you will find it's necessary for them and it's very valuable for them. And today I am meeting with Dalia. Thank you, Dalia, for coming. I'm still keeping the secret about what are you doing. We will start from the basic, then we will come to the end.
My pleasure. Excited to be here today.
Thank you. So our show is about the building in Canada businesses. So, and everyone, and there is a belief that there is so many things impossible. There is like people are giving up. And I know that you have a big win, but we'll start from the back. About the time when you moved to Canada, which kind of challenges you had, and did you have really thought about that, reaching this level of having this kind of business in Canada?
Just for the background, I lived and grew up in the Middle East. And I moved to Canada when I was 20 years old. Started in computer science as a programmer and a database administrator. Fast forward today, I'm in business and I have a company. To answer your question, I came to Canada with hopes, big hopes, because I knew that this is a country that gives opportunity, country of equality, where I've experienced some discrimination back in the Middle East. So I came in with like a lot of excitement and hope. And I knew that putting in the work is going to get me places. And that's basically what I went by. I, just worked hard wherever I was planted, started as a programmer, and then continued to grow from there. But over time, I learned that it's beyond just working hard. But when I came to Canada, I came in with a hope. I came in with attitude that I'm going to do my absolute best, and that was the seed.
All right. So the main thing people when moving to Canada, and especially from different countries, they have the mindset that finding a job, getting to get paid, that's the best thing that they can do in Canada. So that's a normal thing. But like you mentioned, there is a country of opportunities, and running the business, having a business, it's not just an ability, but it's about the mindset as well. So at what point you find out that, wait a minute, so I'm doing everything good, but I don't think that it's enough money to go to the next level. So maybe I have to start to build my own business. And which kind of challenges you had over there?
Yes. So I grew up in a traditional family that believed, in getting a job, getting, good grades at school, graduating, getting a job, and just like going after it the traditional way. And I didn't know any better back then, so that's what I did. I started with a job, and as I progressed through the corporate world, it became clear to me that there is a cap as to how far I can go. And that's where I decided to look into entrepreneurship. And I'll talk about that later, but I just want to mention something important. I think a lot of people discard the opportunity to work for somebody.
All right.
Okay. And everybody wants to go and open up the business and, own their future, obviously, which is the ultimate path in my view. But there is valuable experience that I gained by working in a corporation, observing how business, because I didn't have business experience. I mean, if you're an immigrant with previous business experience and you're coming to Canada, you can take these skills over to a Canadian business. But if you haven't opened a business before, and yes, desire is important, hard work is important, all of these things are going to come through for you. But working in a corporation and knowing, how business works and observing is a huge foundation. So that I spent some years in the corporate world. and that equipped me with a lot of skills that I brought over into entrepreneurships eventually. In terms of challenges, I mean, nothing is a straight line. Even in corporate world, you know, when you get a paycheck, it's never a straight line. You still have to prove yourself. You still have to climb the corporate ladder. You still have to learn skills if you want to, you know, continue to grow. And then entrepreneurship obviously has its own challenges.
I see.
Yeah.
If you will go back to that time when you were thinking about switching from corporate life to building a business,
Yeah.
what would you do differently or in a different way? What would you suggest someone who is thinking to do that? Any tips, any suggestion, or maybe it's like from stories from your experience that if I would do in this way, it will go to the different way?
Looking back, I'll talk about what served me well and what, you know, some things that I could have done better. So looking back, when you're making a jump from corporate to entrepreneurship, I always believed in mentorship, in following the path of somebody that walked the path, somebody who has been bruised and has gone through cycles and has gray hair. So when I made the jump from the banking over to entrepreneurship, I worked with an incredible lady in the mortgage industry, and she literally took me under her wings. She taught me the craft. She helped me understand what I'm stepping into. And then I took these lessons and made sure that I took them to heart and, you know, obviously put in my effort. So mentorship is super important, especially if you're stepping into a new world. Experience, right? Learning from somebody.
Right.
So that served me really, really well. The other thing that served me well is always being a student, always learning. The minute I stopped learning and I said, oh, now I know it all, that's when, you know, I got slapped.
I see.
Okay, so being a student and always learning, and then getting mentorship, and then being around people who elevate you, right? Being around people who elevate you, that are, you know, giving you energy and support and are cheering you up. At the beginning, you may be starting on your own, but try to find these groups that you can learn from and observe and grow with. That actually helps. So these things served me well. In terms of what I could have done better, I think I could have taken, I mean, I believe there is a timing for everything, but things that I could have done better, I could have invested sooner. I could have invested in real estate sooner. I could have started entrepreneurship sooner. I stayed in the corporate world for 15 years before I took the entrepreneurial path. And once I succeeded on the entrepreneurial side, I'm like, oh my God, if I had started this, you know, 5, 6 years earlier, I would have been even ahead. So, but again, there is a time for everything. I believe there is a reason for everything. So these are just in a hindsight, some observations.
I'll open the secret for our audience that you mentioned mortgage finance, and it's not just a mortgage broker, but you you have a business mortgage company with mortgage brokers and other, like, and you start to run a business. It's not just a mortgage broker, that there are still the business owners, but the size of the business, you are one of the biggest mortgage companies in a country. And that's not just being a mortgage broker, but having also other mortgage brokers relying on you. So now you are running, like, took your business to the next level. It's not easy, and I believe it's becoming hard times. And being 15 years in a corporate life, how many times you thought that I should have done that? I should have stayed in my corporate life and retire like other people waiting their age?
When I started in corporate world, I was excited to stay in corporate and grow through the corporate ladder. Then came a point where it was obvious, like I said, that there was a cap, and then you had to play the politics in a corporate world to continue to get to senior levels. So it became obvious that there is another path, and that's when I started to feel out entrepreneurship. So does that answer your question?
Yes. So it's not always easy to be in a business and run a business. What's the biggest challenge? Because being a mortgage agent, I'm asking that question. Like people who is as a professional, they have a different, like they're a mortgage agent, lawyer, dentist, and they are opening clinic, law company, mortgage brokerage. So you are kind of doing other part of the business as well. It's not just a mortgage agent who is just doing
Yes,
finance, but
yes,
you are running now business as well. So now you
yeah.
are having like 2 or 3 different kind of hats with you are running business. So what kind of challenges as a business owners you are having, and you are how you are separating Dalia as a mortgage broker from the business owner, because it's a two different persons
Yes,
running the
100%.
business.
100%. I mean, when you're starting out, you are the do-it-all, right? You know, cleaning the windows, cleaning the toilets, doing the mortgages, doing the paperwork, doing the sales, doing the admin, everything, right? And when you're in any business, you're doing it all until you're able to leverage. You're able to leverage to get your time back, right? And
Right.
you leverage by growing the business so that you can hire and you pay to get your time back. So when I started, I was a one-person shop, and now we are a company.
Right.
And as you add team members to the company, your skill set has to evolve, right? You have to then say, okay, what is the best use of my time? Sometimes we get used to doing things because we started this way, right? So as you grow a company, you have to start thinking, okay, what is the best use of my time, and how can I have people by my side who are aligned with the values that we have as a company and how I want to serve clients, so that I can focus on what I am best at and they can focus on their zone of genius. And where entrepreneurs sometimes, find it challenging is to go from one level to another level, because it's hard to let go sometimes of certain things that they got so used to doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they become a bottleneck in that growth journey. So that's an evolution of the business owner. They need to be conscious about, okay, at this point in time, if I want to grow my revenue, okay, and grow my company, what is my best skill set? And you go from doing everything to eventually managing the team, enabling the success of your team, systemizing the key things in your business like sales, operations, and then becoming a leader at the end of the scale versus the doer of everything. So, and
Yes.
in each of these transitions, there is growth for us in the process.
So you are like leveraging, kind of, you are buying your time. You're
Yes.
hiring someone who will take care of that. But that I met so many business owners, they don't have, even they're hiring someone from the basic assistant,
Yeah.
but they don't trust to give them everything to handle.
Hmm.
They are still, even by hiring assistant, they want to do by themselves. They believe that nobody can do better than them,
Hmm.
whatever are they doing.
Hmm.
So, and I found that this is a typical for so many agent, like the mortgage agent, real estate agent, small businesses, that they are trying to grow, but that's stopping them because they don't trust others and they believe that they are the only one who can do the best way, and then nobody can do that.
That's a
How you
problem.
are handled, and I believe that.
Yes, I hear you. And I did run into that at some point, and I realized that it's not about getting over it, right? Obviously, you care about your clients and you want to make sure that whomever is going to take over is delivering to the standards that you have, right? So it's not about just bringing a person in and trusting them. It's about making sure this person is the right fit, making sure this person is trained, making sure this person has processes. They are empowered to actually do the role. And I would say, you want to keep, as a business owner, the critical things to the end. For example, you start by having the assistant, but you're still talking and managing the
Right.
relationships. You're managing the brand of the business, okay? You're not all of a sudden going to go and get salespeople to go
Your
do sales,
assistant.
because that's a critical competency in the business. So you start by getting rid of the noise behind the scene.
All right.
And then gradually you start to groom people, have processes and culture to actually get to a point where they're able to kind of follow your lead, okay? But if we as owners are afraid to trust and are afraid to, again, it's not about letting go, it's about making sure we have the processes, systems, the right people, the right culture, and then we oversee things and we get feedback. And sometimes, when as I hired people, I was by their side before I stepped away. It's never, here you go, come back and tell me what happened. No, I am by their side until they're running. I tweak the process, I tweak the systems, and then I step back and then I do it again. And then with time, obviously I couldn't do it with everybody, so I start to have people follow that.
All right.
But if we get out of our own way, our businesses will scale. And sometimes we say, oh, nobody's going to do it as good as me.
Yeah.
That's an excuse.
Okay.
80% of as good as you or 90% of as good as you is good enough. It doesn't need to be 100%, because by being stuck on 100%, okay, you're capping, you are being of disservice to people, because you're not able to extend your services to many more people because of that bottleneck.
I see. It's very interesting. So another challenge, like when you are teaching or you are handling someone who is passing your work, I had the same, I will say, bad experience when hiring an assistant. After some time learning some process, spending some time, it's good. Then it's like, okay, goodbye, I'm moving. Either they are getting their license or something. So now I'm starting every process from the start point again. So that I found that and I were talking with other business owners as well, who is taking level 1 to level 2, hiring people, leveraging their business, and they found that that's a challenge as well. So did you have those kind of challenges as well, and how you were handling that part?
Yes, there is this in the real estate industry, whether it's in the realty space or the mortgage space, there is this fear that I'm going to train somebody and then they're just gonna take all of the knowledge and leave and go open up their own business. Okay,
Right.
this is like you feel it in osmosis. Okay, that in my view, it's all about value. It's all about value. So why will this person work with Levon or work with Dalia? There is at their initial stage, there is so everybody grows, right? And as they grow, their value proposition or what they put value on changes, right? So someone starting out will probably put value on, I want to learn as much as I can. As they grow, they need support with efficiencies. As they become a business owner, like these needs change. So if we as operators or business owners understand how we can evolve our value for our people and make sure that we are helping them grow, right?
Okay.
Then the likelihood of them working with us and us continuing to work together will increase. Is there a relationship that stays forever? No, it will eventually grow and move, right? At some point. And I don't think we should be afraid of that. There is enough business for everybody, in my view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agree.
There is enough business for everybody. And at the end of the day, you and I can sell the same product, okay? You're making money and I'm not making money, because you have a style, you have a way. You have, it's like art. You have your art, I have my art. So you and I may be selling the same thing, but you're
in a
doing better
different
than
way.
me. And why? Because everybody's style is
So
different.
unique, yeah.
Okay? So
Yeah.
this is a fear that also, again, holds back people from working with people, because they say, oh, I'm going to spend all of this time, train somebody, and then they're going to leave me. That's wrong thinking.
Yeah. That's
What's the value proposition? And how can you evolve the value proposition? And the more we understand the person who we're working with and what matters most to them, the better we are equipped to be effective in forming a relationship.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very, I believe that's one of the things when people are even starting their business, but they're afraid to scale their business from level up to level up because it's becoming time when they have to hire people, and this is becoming now leading other people like team lead, all those kind of things, and it's becoming difficult for them. We'll talk about your business. It's not just a mortgage, it's a finance.
Yes.
I know that you choose, it's not just the mortgaging and the just basic underwriting and mortgage, you are helping people to build their portfolios.
Yes.
About your book, where they can find people buy your book if they are interested, and more how, again, you find your unique way to help people with their mortgages. You are not just helping their mortgages, you are helping them to build their wealth.
Yes.
It's not just, again, mortgage business. It's more because you are dealing with people's future. You are helping them to build their future by building the wealth. Would you share more about that part, how you are helping them, what they can know about it, and about the book as well that you wrote?
Yes. So for context, when I worked, the 15 years I worked here in Canada, I worked in finance in the banks. And as part of my experience, the last 5 years with the bank, I was in wealth management, and I got to see, mutual funds, products that, investment products, all of the investment world. That's something that was very valuable because it showed me a couple of things. One, how money works, and two, where is wealth being built, okay? And that's created the passion for real estate because I realized that the high net worth clients have a certain allocation within their portfolio, not their entire portfolio, they diversify, but a good chunk in real estate, okay? And it's generational wealth. And that caught my attention because in the mutual funds world and investment world, things fluctuate. Where real estate, you've got the bricks and mortars, and
Right.
it's not that there isn't risk, but if you do it properly, you accumulate, like your net worth.
It's going up.
Yeah, it's there is a lot of benefits, right? The mortgage pay down, the cash flow,
Right.
the appreciation. So helping clients own real estate and grow their wealth in real estate became a passion. And that starts with, a home, okay? I know there are debates about should you rent or should you own? Yeah, looking at just like affordability today, okay, you can compare 3,000 in rent to, 5,000 in mortgage payment, taxes, insurance, but when you zoom out and look at the big picture of what happens to real estate in good
For a long time.
location, okay?
There is no those options.
It's not it's not even close. It's not close.
Right.
So owning real estate, starting with a home, is the first brick, and then from there, it's about how do you create something for yourself that will build wealth for you and your family and generate cash flow. Assets are key, okay? Assets and cash flow are key.
Right.
So, what we do in our mortgage practice is we help Canadians, not investors, Canadians grow their wealth through real estate, starting with their home up to building a real estate empire. So,
Right.
I had clients start with me with their primary residence, and they are now into apartment buildings,
Wow.
developments, commercial, we call them empire builders at this point. And it's super, super powerful. And I personally invest as well. So, by meeting a lot of real estate investors, I've learned a lot personally. So I grew my wealth along the way as well.
Nice.
But yes, we don't just do a mortgage. We sit down with you and say, Levon, okay, what are you looking to achieve for yourself and your family, right? How can we help you connect the dots? And in our network, we also have contacts like realtors like yourself who understand real estate investing, accountants, lawyers. Obviously, we take care of the
As a
money
team,
piece.
you are helping
Yes,
someone to
yes,
grow.
yes.
Let's say someone has a plan, okay, I want to go to real estate.
Yeah.
How you are handling in this market, real estate in this market is down, no way that to convince people to go to buy on the real estate. They were everyone is mentioning it's a bad market, it's a bad market. I'm always, if it's a bad market for sellers, then it must be good for buyers. Maybe it's a really good market. So how you are handling that part now?
Okay, so if you're buying a property that you're going to hold for the long run, you're not flipping it, right? You're not selling it a flip. You're not trying to time the market up and down, right? This is not stocks. You're not trying to time anything. You're buying a property today in a buyer's market. This is a buyer's market. This is I can tell you, the investors that I deal with who are sophisticated, they are super excited about this market right now.
Yeah,
They can't get enough of this market, okay? They're like, oh my
This is
God.
my market.
Yeah, I am finally able to negotiate. I'm finally able to get cash flow. I am able to find options, right? They're super excited. So
Yeah.
back to your question. You buy a property, you make sure that you buy it today. You're not buying on paper, like pre-construction stuff. No, you're buying, you're touching it, you're feeling it, you're doing your inspection. You do your research, you make sure that it's going to rent and cover its expenses.
Yeah.
And now, cash flow's coming in. It's paying the mortgage. It is generating some cash flow, okay? And you just sit on it, okay? It's an inflation hedge. If there is demand, it's going to go up. But if you're going to buy it today and say, okay, when am I going to sell it? Oh, I should sell this property next year to make X. That's speculation.
That's speculation. That's
right?
not an investor.
But all of the investors that have built wealth in my network are those who play the long game. Can you make money in real estate on a short-term basis? Yes, you can. You can flip, you can do assignments, you can do pre-construction this, but all of that is speculative because you're now relying on getting the timing right of when is it up, when is it down, and that is speculation. But you play the long-term boring game, you'll get wealthy.
Thank you. I don't want to, we will continue at this point. I believe with your permission, I can put the link how they can connect to you under this video on the more details. If they want to book an appointment for more details, they can contact to you.
Yes.
The more this about the business and the building, we have this covered as well. So thank you very much for coming. We didn't cover just one thing about your book. I know that it's very interesting as well.
Yes.
So you have had to find even time to share in a book that everyone can read. So were that possible to find that book? I bought mine from Amazon. Is it still available, or there is other way to connect you directly?
If they go to our website, streetwisemortgages.com, there is a section about the book, and they can request the book there, and we'll send them an e-copy.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dalia, for your time.
My pleasure.
I believe there is so much valuable information, and I will ask, maybe we will do another show just about how to build wealth. It's not about the business, but about helping people to grow their wealth in a real estate way. So we will do another show about it. But at the same time, if you are interested and you want to build now, we will put the link below, and you can connect to Streetwise Mortgages, and definitely someone will help you. And then after a couple of years, you will say thank you by watching this episode. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Thank you.